ऐसे कैसे हो गया? Okay. Then seeing the most exalted sage Vashishta coming there, साष्टांगम प्रणिपत्याह धन्योस्मीति पुनः पुनः यथार्हम उपवेश्याह सर्वानेव रघूद्वः पिता मे कुशली किं वा मां किमाहाति दुःखितः वसिष्ठस्तमुवाचेदं पिता ते रघुनन्दना त्वद्वियोगाभितप्तात्मा त्वामेव परिचिन्तयन् राम रामेति सीतेति लक्ष्मणेति ममारः. He Ram prostrated. See, before I was telling you that maybe he is giving more importance to, but remember, Ramchandra doesn't know that his father has passed away. One thing. People can think that way. I'm thinking what people can think. But usually in India, when a woman becomes widowed, she wears white clothes. So these three ladies have come in white clothes. If we see the movies and all, so they come in white clothes. She already knows. But here in the verses, you can't make that out. So here, Sri Ram prostrated himself before him and repeatedly said, I am blessed and fortunate. Why blessed and fortunate? The great sage, the teacher himself has come to him. See, if you go to the teacher and pay your prostrations, that is our duty. But when teacher comes to you to look, to see how you are doing, or and calls you, "Ha Maharaj, kaise ho?" It's like out of the blue moon, out of the blue this comes. You feel suddenly, what did I do to deserve that? But you don't go into that, what did I do to deserve? You just take the moment and feel great about it. And he says, I am blessed and fortunate. Then Sri Ram seated all of them properly according to their stature and position in society and asked, what did he say? Pita me kushali kim va ma kimahati dukkhitaha. Please tell me, is my father all right? What orders has he given for me, being overwhelmed as he is by the agony and grief of my separation? So from this we can make out that he doesn't know that the father has passed away. So when we see in movies or serials that the mothers have come in white clothes, that also is absent here. Even in Tulsi Ramayana it doesn't show. That's why anyway. So he is totally oblivious of this news, and he's asking what orders my father has given for me, because he must be very, very disturbed. He used to love me so much, and when I left the kingdom, he was already in so much agony. How is he surviving? Or means, how is he doing? Then sage Vashishta replied, O Raghunandana. See, if mothers could have replied, Bharatji could have replied, what would they have done? Instead of speaking, they would have cried. And who is sage Vashishta? Is the teacher. What is his disposition all the time? Equanimous, sakshi, witness. If teacher starts becoming emotional along with the student, then one will try to solace the other will try to solace the other. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. So here he says, Vashishta replied, what? O Raghunandan Sri Ram, your father, being greatly tormented by your separation, has left his mortal coil, all the while remembering you and calling out your name, O Ram, O Ram, O Sita, O Lakshman, constantly during his last moments. Ram Rameti Siteti Lakshmaneti Mamaraha. So sage Vashishta is telling him as it is. He's not beating around the bush. He's not saying, Ram, come to the side, I'll tell you something. Hold yourself. Don't become too emotional by what I'm going to do. Nothing like that. Straight away. Why he's doing that to him? Because he knows that Ram has the capacity to take the news. Would he have done the same thing with others? Maybe not. So you have to know whom you can speak in that manner, direct, for whom you have to beat around the bush, for whom you have to give a long story and then reveal the actual event. So here for Ramchandraji, who is himself established in the self, who is Ramchandraji? Who is himself ever the witness. Who is Sitaji? Who is herself ever the witness. Who is Lakshmanji? Who is only dedication is towards Ram and nobody else. He didn't even care for his father. He says, I'll put him behind bars. Give me the order. Tell me. Just tell me and I'll do that. Because he's the Sheshnag. So, sage Vasishtha tells him about the event as it is, that he has left his body. Shrutva tat karna shulabham guror vachanam manjasa ha hatosmiti patito rudan ramasa lakshmanaha tato nururuduh sarva matarascha tatha pare ha tatamam parityajya kva gatosi घृणाकर अनाथोस्मि महाबाहो मां को वा लालयेदितः सीता च लक्ष्मणश्चैव विलेपतुरतो भृशम्. Hearing these shocking words from their guru, which appeared like thorns or spikes for their ears, who likes to hear that? Who likes to hear? Yeah. Usually, either you will go into grief, or you will go into a shock, or you go into a witnessing. Something like that happens, or you break down completely. Yeah. So here, the words of sage Vasishtha were like horns or spikes for the ears, because the ears like hearing good news. Horns and spike means it's something which is pricking, which is disturbing. Sri Ram and Lakshman cried out, "Alas, we have been gravely hurt," and fell to the ground. They also were disturbed, because all the four brothers, Sri Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna, they loved their father very dearly. See? And it is natural, whom you love dearly, that you feel overwhelmed, you feel the grief, you feel the swoon, you feel nonplussed. As he's saying that I have become a orphan now, and here he has fallen down by hearing the news, means there was a breakdown, but not a complete breakdown where you lose your mind. It is not like that. Out of grief, out of the love for the father. But remember one thing, their recovery is also equally fast. Our recovery takes whole life. That is our problem. So seeing them, all the mothers and others present there also began to weep. Yeah. So what is happening now? All of them are remembering that event all over again. Because of the words of sage Vasishtha, they are remembering the event, and when they see their most beloved Ramchandraji weeping, crying for his father, they also feel the emotion, because of not only from their memory, but also because how much Ram is feeling hurt because of that event. And in this seeing this, all mothers and others present also began to weep. Sri Ram repeatedly wailed and moaned, "Oh dear father, oh the compassionate one, where have you gone, leaving me behind? Oh the valorous one with strong, victorious arms, I have been orphaned. Who will shower his love and affection on me anymore?" Then Sita and Lakshman also began lamenting and mourning a great deal. This is, we can't, he is not putting on an act. It is genuine feeling. There is a sudden emptiness in your life. Those who have experienced a loss of near and dear, you feel that. You overcome it, no doubt about it, but at that moment, you do feel the emptiness in your heart, that suddenly a part of you has just left. And when you love your father as much, when you have looked up to your father, he has been your hero, etc. And when such a person has passed away, it does make an impact on your heart and mind. And then, you will come to know that at that moment, everything that he stood for, all the qualities that he stood for, his truthfulness, his straightforwardness, his love for you, his love for his how people loved him, how he took care of other people, how he made everyone welcome into the house. Each person, each child has his story about his parent or her parent, isn't it? So that immediately it flashes in front of your eyes. And that's what is going on here. Who will shower his love and affection? Till now, we were the children and you were the king, or you were the father. For any small thing, we will look for shelter under your wings. Any problem, we know you will handle it. We are carefree. But now we can't be carefree because now the father is gone. Now Ramchandraji is the eldest. All that emotions, all that thinking coming together is making him say these words. Then, and hearing Ram, it triggered Sita and Lakshman also to lament and mourn. And then Vasishta Shanata Vachanaihi Shamayamasa tam shucham tato mandakinim gatva snatva te vita kalmashaha rajne dudurjalam tatra sarve te jalakanshine pindan nirvapayamasa Ramo Lakshmana Sanyutaha. Then sage Vasishta calmed down their mental agitations by a tranquil and soothing voice. At that time you can't scold. These are things to imbibe in our life. When someone is in grief and pain, it's not the final word, because if first he's using calming and soothing voice to bring them out. But if someone is not ready to come out, then you have to say something strong so that it breaks their thought fixation. That also is okay. But here it works with the soothing voice. Then all the people went to the river Mandakini, tato Mandakinim gatva snatva te vita kalmashaha. They all went to the Mandakini river and took bath and purified themselves by taking bath, purified themselves. Rajne dudur jalam tatra sarve te jalakanshine. Then there all of them offered oblations of water to the thirsty soul of King Dashrath, while Sri Ram along with Lakshman did the last rites called Pindadan. Remember, Ramchandraji, Bharatji and Lakshman, they had done it. Bharatji and Shatrugna have done it. They did the last rites because the body was being kept till they came back from Kandahar. So they have done that. But here, Ramchandraji being the eldest, he is symbolically doing the Pindadan, a ritual for dead ancestors wherein warm, round balls of rice and til are used, and then the steam that is coming out of those hot balls of rice and til, through that steam, the soul of the deceased is satisfied through the mantras. It should not be cold, it should be hot. And what is the thinking behind this pindadan? Pindadan is that those rice balls, they represent all the unfinished desires of the deceased one. So the soul, what is soul? What is soul? Consciousness plus memories. Memories are whatever memories are there in your mind. If you have not cleared it in this lifetime, then those memories will appear as desires eventually. So soul is, you are consciousness, but if there are memories which have not been neutralized or dissolved, then the next birth is guaranteed. So Dasharath Maharaj, what would be his desire? What would be his utmost desire? He died in pain of separation of Sri Ram, Lakshman and Sita. These were the last words that he uttered. So he's disturbed. So his desire is to be with Ram, Lakshman. So when we do the Pindadan, at that time, the mantras, whatever the mantras are, they make sure that the soul in the subtle world is not craving for the satisfaction of desires. Through that, he is told that may your desires be satisfied and may you attain not heaven, but may you attain moksha. See? So that is why Pindadan is done. Otherwise, if Pindadan is not done, this is the thinking behind, or could be the logic behind. We don't do it, then it does not matter. If you don't have the belief system, it does not matter. But you are coming from Sanatan Dharma, you are coming from the Hindu Dharma, you have heard of Pindadan. Just because of laziness, if you don't do it, then there are consequences. So within your psyche, this idea of Pindadan is there. So if you don't do it, then there are... Then what happens to that soul to whom the Pindadan is not, his desires are not satisfied? So people read Garud Puran and then they do the Garud Puran part and they do the ritual of Pindadan, and then for 13 days, and they say that the soul roams around or hangs around the earthly plane for 13 days. He doesn't leave the house or will be somewhere. Why? Because he's still thinking he's the body, that he's still on the earth, even though the body is gone. So he is reminded again and again and again that you are of the nature of infinite reality. Your abode is not the earth. You have to merge into the reality, listen to those the potent mantras that are chanted at that time, and he is reminded. If he doesn't listen, if he is not fed the Pindadan, then what happens? They become ghosts. Ghost is a realm of existence which is between earth and heaven. And what do? They want, because they are so obsessed with satisfying their desires, they will possess one person and try to satisfy their desires through that, or possess another person, then satisfy the... And this way they become neither here nor there. So nobody wants that for their ancestors. Nobody wants that for yourself. You want that for yourself? No. To hang around? Good. That is why sannyasi, he does his own Pindadan. I did my Pindadan already. When we get we get our clothes, that time we do our Pindadan. So we don't wait for anyone to do the last rites because there's no one behind us.
There is no desire also.
There's no desire also. So this is the whole understanding around Pindadan. One more understanding. Pindadan is also, we do it for few years till we do the Moksha Shraddha. Why do we do it for few years? So that we remember, last time I told you, we remember to what great lineage we belong to. Someone said, oh, but my father this, my father that. Okay, this is the greatness of our culture. And what is that? On one hand, our immediate ancestors are our parents, right? My parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, maybe 3-4 generations I may know. But if I don't know, it's okay. If I don't look up to my father, it's okay. He was not the best of the person. But I belong to one Gotra. Where did my family lineage begin from? It began from this Rishi or that Rishi. You connect to that Rishi. So those are the qualities that we need to imbibe, that I belong to that lineage. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Parandam Vande Guru Paramparam. So why do we chant that before when we do the Upanishad? That I remember that what is coming out of my mouth is not mine. It is coming from Guru Parampara. And where did it begin? Sada Shiva Samarambham. It is eternal. It started from Shiva, who appeared as Shankaracharya. And from Shankaracharya till today, every Shankaracharya's name is given there. And the word of that knowledge has passed down from Lord Shiva to Shankaracharya, Shankaracharya to the next Shankaracharya, then and on, and it came to my teacher, to the teacher, and that teacher gave it to me. So it is not mine. My God, so that means what I am speaking was spoken 1800 years ago, 1800, yes. Why 1800? It starts from the Creator. Creator. So you feel, oh, this is not ordinary knowledge then. I must respect it. I must revere it. Same way. Moksha, liberation, is possible only through human birth. Liberation is possible only through human birth. If a person dies with some desires, that means opportunity lost. Understand? So here Dashrath ji has breathed his last thinking of whom? Ram, Lakshman, Sita. He has to go to the Saket Lok.
Though it is Ram Nam, but still as a son he remembered his
Whatever, we should think positively. We should think positively. If Bhagwan has taken birth through him and made him instrumental in his birth, you think he will send him into heaven and hell? He will send him to his abode, Saket. Foregone conclusion. Maybe that was the prarabdha that he needed to go through, because it is all because of a curse. Remember, so it was not his doing. What Dashrath Maharaj is suffering is because of, it is the consequence of his actions. And because of that curse, he is going through this pain. But more than that pain, he is the father of Sri Ram. Narayana manifest on earth. So think from that point. And in this way, so that is all about Pindadan and Shraddha and everything. Ingudi phala pinyaka rachitan madhu samplutan vayam yadanna pitaraha tadanna smritinoditaha iti dukkha shrupurnakshaha punasnatva gruham yayau sarve ruditva suchiram snatva jagmustadashramam. That food which is liked by us is also liked by our ancestors. So So some explanation is coming. I have already given some explanation. Let's see what they say. That food which is liked by us is also liked by our ancestors. This is the sanction of the Vedas. Saying this, they made pindas of Ingadi Phala, a tree called Hingot, and its fruits, the indigo vat plant, poured honey on them and donated those balls in a ritual called Pindadan. So, in the forest, whatever was available, more important than the material, what is important? Bhav is important. Shraddha is important. The sadgati for the good wishes that the soul must go to the highest abode, that intention is important. Thereafter, see, if you have observed or not, I don't know, but many people, few people whom I have come across, at the time of death, they always want something that the tongue is the last thing that they can conquer. Tongue is the last thing memory is one thing that will come at the end. But before that, one day before, 2 days before, few days before, they will start asking for food. They'll demand, give me that vegetable, give me this karela, give me that moong ki dal or masoor ki dal. See, even though my mom's father, while he chanted Om and left, but the night before, he asked me, I had gone in the afternoon, he told me, he used to, whatever, tell your mom that I want that Kali Masoor ki dal. So I made the dal, mixed it in the rice, put some ghee, and warm, brought it, fed him. He was 86, fed him. And then next morning he was gone. See? And that day, I'm telling him Vedanta in his right ear. And he used to sit in blank like this, no blinking. And I said, Anna, samajh aaya? मैंने क्या बोला? Or did I waste? I didn't say I did. Did I waste my time? समझ आया what? He turned around. That's what I'm doing. Back again. In 15 minutes, I gave him the total crux of Vedanta. Was that instrumental in him concluding his life? I don't know.
It's very good.
But he asked for, here I'm talking more about tongue. He wanted that particular dish. That was the last dish he ate. Thereafter, with tearful eyes, they bathed again and returned to the hermitage. So, after doing the Pindadan, after offering food to the ancestors, we must again purify ourselves. And they all went back to the hermitage. Others also wept and mourned for a long time, bathed in the river, and ultimately returned back to the hermitage. Hermitage, which hermitage? Chitrakoot, where the cottage where Ram, Sita, Lakshman were staying. Where Lakshman was not staying, Lakshman was always on guard. Ram, Sita ji were staying. तस्मिंस्तु दिवसे सर्वे उपवासं प्रचक्रिरे ततः परे द्युर्विमले स्नात्वा मंदाकिनी जले उपविष्टं समागम्य भरतो राम अब्रवीत् राम राम महाभाग स्वात्मानम् अभिषेचय. That day everybody fasted. On the second day, after bathing in the pure waters of river Mandakini, now see how many days in Fiji, how many days you do remember? 1 month or 13 days. Some places they do it 12 days. Some places they do it 11 days. Some places they do it only 3 days. How many days Ramchandraji is doing?
1 day.
1 day. Why do we do 13 days? because he went with so many desires. Because we ourselves don't believe that in one go all our desires can be satisfied. We ourselves don't believe. So we superimpose that on the person who has died also. Oh, एक पिंडदान में कैसे नहीं, रोज खिलाएंगे, रोज तो नहीं खिलाएंगे, but we have to, what if something is left? Oh, no, today also, for 13 days they'll keep doing it. Some places they do it for 1 month. Some places and many other places, well, not places, in our culture, every year they do it. That means you are reminding him again, calling him again. Arey, don't reconnect. Let him go. What are you trying to remember a soul for? A soul which has passed away, and you have given him the pindadan and showed him that earth is not the place for your residence. You go to the heavens or you go to the Vaikuntha. And after that, next year again you call him down. Abhe, बेवकूफ है क्या? No, that is all.
Shouldn't do it.
I am thinking from practical point of view. You want to remember because you need to connect with the parents, deceased soul. You feel guilty that, when he was alive, I didn't speak to him. When he was alive, I didn't take care of him. When he was alive, I didn't go and do whatever. I have never listened to him. So now that guilt is making you come do it again and again. And many people don't do it because of that also. Many people do it because everyone is doing it. What? Societal pressure. Societal pressure. But practically, if you look, why you want to pull him down and remember? Because every time you remember, you are connecting with that soul. You are refreshing his connection. You are not releasing. You are not releasing. Release is possible. एक बार उसके wishes fulfill कर दो, छोड़ दो. उसके बाद सोचना नहीं है कि नहीं है? प्रैक्टिकल तो यही हो गया. Anyway, so understand it that way. Don't get, oh, Shastra say this, Shastra say that. Shastra say many things. Do you follow everything? Shastra is also saying that realize the truth. This is only possible in human birth. Do you follow that? Which is more important than everything else. Shastras also say, fill up your tummy, keep 1/4 of your tummy empty, 1/4 with water, and half of it you fill up. So every time you get up from the dining table, you should be hungry. Do you follow the Shastras? Talk about Shastras. So, whom are we fooling? We are fooling ourselves only. So here Ramchandraji he came to here. Bharatji also came to here. Same day they did the Pindadan, next day they have left. He didn't do it for 3 days or 11 days or 13 days or whatever.
We should tell our kids not to do that. And otherwise they will feel pressure we have to do it. So
Yeah.
my dad also said don't do anything.
So now he says, Upavishtam samagamya bharato rama bhabravit. After this whole thing was over, and everyone was sitting down, and Bharatji, Bharato Ramam Abravit. So, Ramam, which case? Accusative singular, Ramam. Correct? Okay. Ramam Abravit. Rama Rama Mahabhaga Swatmanam Abhishechaya. Oh Ram, oh great Ram, blessed Ram. Now, Swatmanam Abhishechaya. Abhishech means Abhishek, or your Abhishech is get crowned, because Bharatji has not come here to make sure that Ram is getting out of the way. Bharatji has come out of love for Sri Ram. It is a foregone conclusion that there is no way I can be the king. While Ram is there, he has to be the king. With that bhav, he has come. So now, when everything, the pindan, the news, what is happening in the kingdom, what happened to the father, everything is over. Pindadan is done. Now back to business. What is the business? Ramchandra, oh dear brother, now you get crowned. Get yourself crowned or anointed to the throne of Ayodhya. राज्यं पालय विपित्र्यं ते ज्येष्ठस्त्वं मे पिता तथा क्षत्रियाणामयं धर्मो यत्प्रजापरिपालनम् इष्ट्वा यज्ञैर्बहुविधैः पुत्रानुत्पाद्य तन्तवे राज्ये पुत्रं समारोप्य गमिष्यसि ततो वनम्. The father's kingdom belongs to you. You should sustain and take care of it. You are our elder brother, hence equivalent to a father. This is our samskars. Elder brother is like after the father is deceased, then elder brother is like a father. He should also behave like that. And he gave it to you, and you are the natural king of the kingdom. And to look after the subjects or dependents is the most important duty of a kshatriya. What is the most important duty of a Brahmin?
To spread the knowledge?
No. What is the most important duty of a Brahmin?
To realize self-realization and
To walk towards the truth, to realize the truth. What that is true for all of them, but by their propensity, by their as a Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, naturally a Brahmin walks the path of truth. The Brahmin walks the path of purity. See? Kshatriya walks the path of organization, ruling, administration, protection. All this that Vaishya, naturally, he may also be walking to the path because he is also a human being. So all human beings' purpose is to know the truth. But by nature, a Vaishya is a natural propensity to do business. And Shudra also walks the path of the truth, but natural propensity to do seva. To do seva. And there is no, from purity point of view, all can be pure. See? From knowledge point of view, yes, from the book knowledge and all that, the Brahmin will be more knowledgeable. But we have saints and sages in our country who are from all the four. Brahman saints are there, Kshatriya saints are there. Sita's father was a saint. Raja Janak, he's a Raja Rishi. Ashtavakra Gita was written with sage Ashtavakra and Janak Maharaj. A Brahmin saint, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he's a Brahmin. He was a Pujari. Vaishya saint, Kabir Das, he was a weaver. And many others are there like that. Namdev Maharaj, he was a tailor. See? Shudra, Kanho Patra, we have never met, nowhere it is written, but they were from the doldrums, no past, nobody knows where they came from. They were poor and they came to know the truth. So, in our country only, in our culture only, we have saints and sages from all stratas of the society. And our stratas of the society are based on action and knowledge, which is Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are not castes. Don't think of them as castes. They are called as Varna. Varna is color. Which is the most important duty for a Kshatriya, to take care of the subjects. And in other words, Bharatji is saying, you are a better administrator than I am. I learnt it from you, man. When we were studying under Sage Vashishta, within 3 days, Ramchandraji came to imbibed all the scriptures. 3 or 4 days. And then he was teaching all the other brothers and students in the ashram. So Sage Vashishta was free. Ramchandraji is teaching everything. See? So Bharatji is recognizing that he is a better one. Bharat is also no less. But he recognizes the greatness of Ramchandraji. Hence, you should rule over the kingdom and perform various sanctioned religious sacrifices, make all possible efforts in this direction, and after that produce sons to propagate the clan, and only when they grow up and are crowned on the throne, you should go to the forest, not now. So, lollipop de rahe to Ramchandraji, as if he's going to take that lollipop. He says, first is your duty towards the subjects. You come back, get yourself crowned as the king, because you are the natural king among all the 4 brothers. We have got no problem in you being the king, because we look up to you. And more important, as a Kshatriya, you are the better administrator. So you make sure everything is going smooth. We are your subjects. And then once everything is done, produce children, train them, 20, 25 years gone, then you go to forest. That's the natural time. What is the natural time? When you are about 50, 55. Why? That is the Vanaprastha time. Vanaprastha. So prastha is to go or move towards. Vana is the vana, to move towards the forest. Why? I have done all my duties. Now it's time for bhajan kirtan, meditation, realize, spend time. When you have done your duties correctly, then automatically this urge will come to go into silence. If our desires are not fulfilled in the world, then the thought of going to the forest or an ashram and spend some time in satsang, that thought also will not come, because mind is still cluttered with desires. Okay? And what is the duty that you have to fulfill? If you are a Brahmin, fulfill the duties of a Brahmin. If you are Kshatriya, fulfill your duties as a Kshatriya. If you are a Vaishya, fulfill your duties as a Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra also similar. So Ramchandraji is Kshatriya, so he is reminding him. And you go to the forest at the right time, which is Vanaprastha. And Idanim vanavasasya kalo naiva prasida me matur me dushkrutam kinchit smartum narhasi pahinaha ityuktva charanau bharatuhu shirastyadhaya bhaktitaha ramasya puratas sakshad dandavat patito bhuvi. Now is not the time for living in a forest, because he is young. They are only 17 years old or something. Living in the forest, be pleased and merciful towards me, because the whole burden of the kingdom and the throne, Sage Vashishta said that Kaikeyi has got it for you, it is your kingdom now. So he is carrying that burden on his shoulders. How long is it the burden going to be? Till Ram does not accept, isn't it? because it has come out of the mouth of his Guru. Please be merciful towards me. Whatever is the crime of my mother, do forget it and protect us. So still he is thinking about the wrong acts of his mother. Maybe Ramchandraji is remembering that. Topic must have come up. So he's still feeling that guilt of being the son of his mother, Kaikeyi. He's still feeling the burden of all that has taken place on account of the act of his mother. All that burden, he has already said what he had to say to mother. But now he's taking, this is Kshatriya, he will take the responsibility. And therefore he's saying, please protect me, protect us, not only me but all of us. Saying this, he put Ityuktva Charanau Bhratuhu. Ityuktva means having said that, having spoken in this manner, Charanau Bhratuhu Shirasyadhaya Bhaktitaha. With devotion, he bowed his head at the feet of Sri Ram. How beautiful. Ramasya Purata Saksha Dandavat Patito Bhuvi. At the feet of his brother and fell down before him like a stick, prostrated before him most humbly. Dandavat. Sakshat means immediately and right at the feet of the Lord. And Dandavat means when you're like one stick, you fall down. And in that falling down, your body should touch 8 places to the ground. The forehead, the nose, the chin, the chest, the tummy, the knees and the toes. So these places should touch the ground. Utthapya Raghava Shighram Aropyanketi Bhaktitaha Uvacha Bharatam Ramaha Snehardranayana Shanaihi Shunuvatsa Pravakshami Tvayoktam Yattathaiva Tata Kintu mam abravitato navavarshani panchacha ushitva dandakaranye puram panchat samavisha idanim bharatayedam rajyam dattam mayakhilam. Sri Ram immediately picked up Sri Bharatji from the floor where he had done the Dandavat Pranam and with lovingly seated him on his lap and with eyes full of tears and of love and joy, seeing the surrender and the devotion of his younger brother towards him. Samarpan, this is Samarpan. Towards him, spoke to him slowly and softly. Uvacha Bharatam Rama Snehar Dranayana Shanaihi. Slowly, with tearful of eyes, Sneha, with great love in his heart, he spoke to him. Shrunuvatsa pravakshami tvayoktam yattathaiva tata. He says, now what did he say? You are like our elder brother is like a father. So now father is speaking. He says, my dear son. Immediately the role is taken because Ramchandraji knows he is the eldest. मैं तो अभी जवान हूँ, don't call me father. है ना कई लोग, call me auntie, not दादी. Call me didi, not dadi. Even worse. And how do you look? Half the teeth are gone, all the hair are colored, and चल रहे हैं, and call me didi. Oh son, Vatsa means child, actually child. My dear child, here, oh my dear son, brother, listen to what I have to say. What you say is absolutely all right and true, but the father has ordered me that I should live in the Dandakaranya forest for 14 years before coming to Ayodhya. Presently I am giving this kingdom to Bharat. No attachment. So, Ramchandraji is steadfast in following the diktat of his father. Father told me, because he had given a boon, so he told me, or gave the promise to his wife that I must, and prana jai par vachana na jai. Our rule of our family is what? We will live up to the word that is given, promise that is given. And I have given a promise to my father that whatever promise he gave to my mom, because he considers Kaikai also mom, I will carry it out. And what is that promise? 14 years I am going to be in forest. Till before 14 years are not over, I am not coming back to the kingdom. Then what do I do? I give you the kingdom. I give you the kingdom. So first, the mother wanted the kingdom. Bharatji didn't want it. Now Ramchandraji doesn't want the kingdom. He says, you take care of the kingdom. So the passing the ball is going on. He says, presently I am giving this kingdom to Bharat. Tata pitraiva suvyaktam rajyam dattam tathaiva hi dandakaranya rajyam me dattam pitra tathaiva cha adhapiturvachah karyam avabhyam atiyatnatah piturvachanam ullanghya swatantro yastu vartate सजीवन्नेव मृतको देहान्ते निरयं व्रजेत् तस्माद् राज्यं पश्याधि त्वं वयं दण्डकपालकाः. Hence, evidently he has given the reign of Ayodhya to you, because that was the second promise. First was to give the kingdom to Bharat. Second was that Ramchandraji should go for 14 years to the forest. He says, I give it to you because it is yours. It was his wish. He has given a promise. How can we go against the word that the father has given? How can I go against the word? In other words, Ramchandra is not like us. He's full of tapasya and full of righteousness. With a little bit, see how hard it is, life in the country. Yeah, you are right, it is hard. Please take the kingdom. Okay, I'll come. I'm only coming because you are saying so, but I didn't want to come, but I'll come. Yeah, pathetic. We are like that. So, we have seen that happen in our life also many times, isn't it? So, no. Once the word is given, it's done. Face the consequences. That's the way Ram is, straightforward. So he says, no. And he gave the kingdom to you and the Dandaka forest to me. Life in exile in the forest for me. He was very clear, and I'm going to follow that. Therefore, atah pitur vacha karyam. Therefore, we have to follow what the father has dictated. Pitur vacha karyam. Avabhyamati yatnatah. And we must work towards it, in carrying out the word of the father, and not think about our convenience, not think about our comforts, not think about our emotions, not think about what we are missing out on for 14 years. No, important is to follow what the father has ordered us to do. Yatnataha, we must put efforts to follow that. Therefore, both of us must try to keep the words of our father. A person who violates pitur vachanam ullanghya. Ullanghya means goes against the words of the father. Rebels against. Ullanghya is rebel or go against. What? Pitur vachanam. Vachanam is the words. Pitur, father's words. Those who go against the words of the father, swatantro vastu vartate. Yeah. He's here and feels he has the freedom to, here it says, swatantro. So, swatantraha vastu vartate. So even though he has the freedom, we all feel the freedom that we are independent. But if we feel that we have the freedom to go against the words of our father, sa jivan neva mritako dehante nirayam vrajet, that person is as good as dead even though he is living, because you are not. So once a promise is given to someone, you make a commitment to someone, you must live it out. Even if it is, you have to go through difficulties, and so that was the Kshatriya, commitment. Kshatriyas are warriors. So that commitment of a warrior, prana jai par vachana na jai. That commitment of the warrior. Once I have said something, I will live up to it. See Raja Harishchandra. If you don't know, read the story. Similarly, as good as dead, even though he is living, and he goes to hell when he dies. Such people who do not live up to the promise that they are given, the words they are given, its life is as good as dead, because such people can never live with dignity. Such people can never invoke the confidence. Such people can never have the self-esteem, because they are living a lie day in and day out, because they are going against the promises they have made to people or to anyone in their life. Confidence comes when we have said something and we have done it, in spite of the hardships that we had to go through. Without someone else, we don't say, tere liye main kar raha hu, get some sympathy out of him. I'm only doing it because I promised you, but it's so hard, but I will do it. No crying, no complaining. Other people should not even come to know. Here his brother is coming, so he's saying it, but he's saying it as a principle. He's not complaining. He's not asking for, what is that word? Sympathy. He's not asking for sympathy. Poor me, I am going to the forest for 14 years. No, I am going to the forest for 14 years because father said it. And I am doing it joyfully. I have got no attachment to the kingdom. Ramchandraji had already said it. He is very clear. And then he says, and he goes to hell even when he dies, and not even when he dies. So you should look after the kingdom, and I shall protect the Dandakaranya forest. So I am the king of the forest now, because my father sent me here. And you are the king of Ayodhya. So you take care of kingdom, and I'll take care of the kingdom of the Dandakaranya. Okay. Clear. So you as mothers, what is your duty? To take care of children. There should be no, finding a way. No, I don't want to. He can do what he wants. No, you have to take care. As a human being, what is your duty? To realize the truth. You must work towards it. As a citizen, what is your duty? To obey the rules and bring harmony within the society by your actions. You must do it. There's no two ways about it. What is your duty as a friend? What is your duty as an employee? Wherever you are placed in life, whatever hat you are wearing, you do that duty correctly, without attachment. Then purification happens. If there is any shortcoming in your performance or duty, it will keep haunting you, eating you from inside. The guilt that I should have done that, I should have done that. So this is what we learn from here, from Ramchandraji. Bharatastvata त्वब्रवीद रामम कामुको मूढ़धीपिता स्त्रीजितो भ्रांत हृदय उन्मत्तो यदि वक्ष्यति तत्सत्यमिति न ग्राह्यम भ्रांतवाक्यम यथा सुधीः. Bharat, before we get into Bharat's reply to Sri Ram, when Ramchandra ji said this, remember one thing. Ramchandra ji, Lakshman, Sita lamented about the death of the father, right? But how long did they keep dwelling on it?
Not at all.
Why did they not? Knowledge that the consciousness is eternal. No doubt that the father has gone to the great abode. He has come to realize. See? So once you are very clear about it, that our father is a great person, and Ramchandra ji himself is there. He is not saying I am God. But whatever he is, the truthful person, the best father, brother, sister, etc., all those things are possible because of the parents that he has. Without the parents, he couldn't be who he is. Whatever the story behind, from the worldly point of view we are looking. So he says, so Bharat replied to Sri Ram, even if the father, under the influence of lust and infatuation of a woman, ignorantly and most foolishly due to the influence of illusions or fickle and wayward mind, and being arrogant and haughty, had said so, it should still not be treated as truthful, justified, proper, even as wise people do not respect or pay attention to the words of ignorant, foolish, and wicked people with a fickle, wayward mind. Now, is it right to speak in this manner about the father? No. But was Dasharatha infatuated by Kaikeyi? Yes. He was infatuated by Kaikeyi. She was the youngest, she was beautiful, she was a warrior and a woman and a mother. Kausalya and Sumitra were not warriors. She was a great charioteer. She knew how to use all the weapons. She was educated. Everything that you know, she was an equal, a force in herself, unlike other women, other mothers. So, natural attraction. So, here, when Bharatji is speaking like this about his own, about his father, he is speaking. Is it right? You are saying it is not right. Then why is he speaking? Think. Think out of the box. Why is he speaking ill about his father?
To prove the point that it's not justified, so seeing
But
that
he could have said that in other ways also. Why he had to put his father, talk about his father as a lusty for woman and fickle-minded and
got that grudge.
Bharat was not present when these things happened. So he doesn't know all the details. So why is he speaking in this manner?
Because he listened to the mother and did with him.
No, he has not listened to his mother. He has put her in her place. You are an evil one. I don't want to be called your son.
I mean, that Dasharatha listened to his wife.
Huh?
Dasharatha listened to his wife.
Yeah, that's okay. But it does not mean that you can derail your father in this manner, that he was lusty after a woman, that he was fickle-minded. Who? Dasharatha, who helped Indra to fight the wars against Asura. He is fickle-minded. That Dasharatha, the pran jai par vachan na jai, that Dasharatha is fickle-minded. Come on. What is the theme?
Because he wants to tell Sri Ram that is his
Again,
intention.
but that intention can be he has already told before.
Yeah.
You don't have to make someone bad to tell your intention. This is what is happening here. But my question is, why is he doing that? Because his love for Sri Ram is more than his father. The central theme is Sri Ram, not the father. Got it? And because his buck stops with Sri Ram, Bharatji's. Lakshmanji also, he derailed his father. Why? Lakshmanji, for him, Ramchandraji is everything. I don't care about father, mother, anyone else. I'll burn the whole world if anything happens to Ram. Bharatji is also similar. So these words are coming out because his commitment, his surrender, his faith is in Sri Ram, not in the father. So anything that is coming between him and his beloved Ram is worthy of, it doesn't matter. If it is father, okay. It was because of the father that Ram is here. I don't care. For me, Ram is more important. When we are doing in our spiritual journey, these moments come. What about my mother? What about my father? What about my brothers? They are drug addicts. They are criminals. What do I do with them? But I go and listen to Upanishads. I want to realize. So what is important? Here, for him, it is Sri Ram. When we are because of the life that we have cultivated within our mind of relations, possessions, memories, attachments, infatuations, all these will become obstacle in your journey to the truth or surrender to the Lord. If we are not ready to give up everything and find fault with everything other than Sri Ram, then only Sri Ram will come to you. Because only then you will be able to reject everything that is other than Sri Ram. Total single pointed focus, Sri Ram, and that's it. In that, between me and Sri Ram, my mother is not there, my father is not there, my siblings are not there, my money is not there, my body is not there, my kingdom is not there, nothing. My abilities are not there. I am zero. My only relationship is with Sri Ram. That's it. So when we talk about make your mind single pointed, every day, every moment, our attention should be how do I make my mind focused from many thoughts to one thought. Keep bringing them. This is the reason he's speaking in this manner. You think Bharatji is a Dharmatma Bharat. None of the four brothers are boys from round the corner. They are all well versed. They are all incarnations of that Lord Narayana. Yes, maybe Ramchandraji is full, more potent compared to the others. But that does not mean that all the four brothers don't know what dharma and adharma is. But where is their faith lying? In Sri Ram. And they are ready. He is ready to badmouth, just like Lakshmana was ready to he badmouthed father, isn't it? He said, I'll put him in behind the bars. Just give me the order. I'll show that man who's lusty after this woman and making you go to the forest. I'll show him. I'm quiet. Chup. Now Bharatji is doing the same thing. Out of the love for the Lord. Out of the love for the Lord. Do we have that courage? when we are on the seat of meditation or when we are doing the japa, to discard everything in our life and remain focused on the Lord, that courage has to be invoked. That courage only comes when we are fully, पूरी तरह से समर्पित, शरणागति toward at the feet of the Lord. And that is what Bharat is. Bharat is a great devotee of Sri Ram. Therefore, Ramchandraji told Hanumanji, you are like Bharat to me, because totally surrendered at my to Sri Ram, to the truth. देखो, ये सब उसके पीछे की स्टोरी है. So we normally just read it. इसने ऐसे बोल दिया, हाँ इतना अच्छा लगा. Bharat is very good, he also. No, this is the reason. Because his commitment to Ram is more than commitment to the Father. Where is our commitment? Is it to Sri Ram in our heart and mind, or is it to the world around? Decide. So whatever, under the influence of illusion, under the influence of the Kekai, under the influence of the curse of that person, I don't know all that. But we don't have to listen to that old man who spoke in spoke in this manner. We don't have to respect his word. He himself knows that Ramchandraji is never going to not listen to the words of his father. He already said it, before. Bharatji is also like that. Bharatji is also like that pran jai par vachan na jai. But then why is he not listening to his father's words that which he has given to Kaikai, that I make Bharat the king? He is ready to discard the kingdom and the kingship to be a servant of Sri Ram, to be surrendered to Sri Ram. If those who are listening to Nachiketa, the Kathopanishad, there Yamraj, the Lord of Death, he gives the entire, he says, I'll make you the Lord of the universe. I'll give you the Apsaras, the angels. They will be at your beck and call. They will have their own palaces. They will have their own chariots. They will have their own wealth, which you don't have to spend anything on them. They will be at your service. And you can die when you want. I'll give you eternal life. You can keep enjoying and enjoying and enjoying and enjoying. Nachiketa says, all that is okay, but is it equal to knowing that, by knowing which nothing else remains to be known? He is very crystal clear what he wants to know. For us, थोड़ा सा आ गया, थोड़ा सा और ले लो स्वामी जी हलवा. नहीं मेरा शुगर है यार. नहीं, थोड़ा सा ले लो. अच्छा ओके, थोड़ा सा दे दे. ये हमारा हाल है. Pay attention to the words of the ignorant, foolish and wicked people with the fickle. So he doesn't say that the father is like that, but he's comparing his father's mental condition to that of such ignorant people. That father said all this under the influence of illusion and ignorance. If we are wise people, we should not follow the words of the ignorant. A shining example of Bharat's sincerity and innocence is seen in this verse. So now, sincerity and innocence, he doesn't want anything for himself. He wants to show to Sri Ram that he is, even now, Bharat is saying, even now I consider you as the king of Ayodhya, even though you are not crowned. I don't want anything. Ramchandraji is equally, I don't want anything. I will go to the forest. Bharat is also saying, I also don't want anything. I will follow. Afterwards he'll say, I will follow. He says, you take it. See also verse 39 to 40, the way he has held even his father with contempt and disgust, and the words he has used for his own father show that for Bharat's righteousness, probity, propriety, morality, and upright code of behavior was paramount. It was highly improper that his elder brother, who was revered by the people in general, be sent to the forest at the behest of a woman, and he be crowned the king on a throne which rightfully belonged to Sri Ram. Bharat's action in refusing the crown made him immortal in the annals of history. Everyone thought Bharat was hands in glove with his mother. That's why they gave him that look when he came on the chariot. Everybody looking, आ गया एक और सारा प्लानिंग करके खुद चला गया था. Sage Vashishta is equanimous, Sakshi. Okay, let's see how it unfolds. And Bharat surprises all of them by his devotion to Sri Ram. So people love all the four brothers, no doubt about it. The citizens of Ayodhya, they love all the brothers. But they consider Sri Ram higher than all the other three. They love him, they revere him, they respect him. Because each one of them, Lakshman, he is also avatar, but what is his nature? Warrior. He gets angry very quickly for everything. Does Ramchandraji get angry? No. Shatrughna, he is a great warrior. All qualities are there in all of them, but in Ramchandraji, the realization is there. That's what is making him different. Why people get attracted to saints and sages? This is the reason. There are kings, there are politicians, there are many good integrated, good householders. Why the masses don't come? Why they go to one person who may be a king, who may be a householder, who may be a sannyasi, who may be a father, who may be whatever. Why do they go to him? Because he is established in the self. Ramchandraji is established in the self. And naturally, that establishment in the self, it has its own abha, it has its own fragrance. Sugandhim pushti vardhanam. It nourishes everyone just by being. He doesn't have to do anything. That's what Sri Ram is. So now countering Bharat's allegation towards the father, showing him in a bad light to prove his point that we can override his statements and you come back and you be the king. Ramchandraji is showing that his commitment to his father is steadfast. He is not going to succumb because of the greed or attachment to kingdom or good bed and good clothes and power and all that. No. He says, with these verses we'll conclude. Na srijita pita bruyan na kami naiva mudadhi purvam pratishrutam tasya satyavadi dadau bhayat asatyad bhiti radhika mahatam narakadapi karomityahamappyetat satyam tasyai pratishrutam. Sri Ram said, the father was not said, father has not said under the influence of any woman. This is the counteraction by Sri Ram. So that's why I asked you, why did Bharat, who was so righteous, he is like almost like Ram in qualities. But Ram, Shatrughna and Lakshman, they are more rajasic. But Bharat and Ramchandraji, they are very, very similar. Hardly any difference. How could he speak in such manner about his father? So here he says, no, the father has not said this under any influence of any woman. Bharat was saying that he has said it under the influence of woman because it's his mother and he is the son of that woman. Not said this under the influence of any woman, lust, lasciviousness or foolish illusions. Father has not. How can Dasharatha, who is the master of his senses, who has lived for 20,000 years as the master of his senses, suddenly lose the control of his senses? This is how Ramchandra must be thinking. No, he has not said this under the influence of ignorance. He has not said this under the influence of lust for a woman. He has not said these words due to the fickleness of the mind. He has not said this due to influence of illusion, under the influence of illusion or delusion. That truthful and righteous one, that is his father, Dasharatha, that truthful and righteous one, that is Dasharatha, had given these two orders to uphold the earlier promises, vows he had made. Sometimes in emotions we forget the cause which has become the instrumental in bringing the situation. We want to lay blame on people. We want to lay blame on people. So in Ramchandraji's immediately, he is not, because he is equanimous. He is neither for this nor for that. For him, all the three mothers are the same. For him, all the world is the same. And immediately he corrects his brother that no, the father said this because of the promise that he had given the mother on the battlefield when he was fighting for the Indra, the god of heaven. So if the promise has been given and it is her right to encash those boons, where's the wrong in this? She has every right to ask the boons. Why? Because he gave the boon. He should not have given the boons. Or if the mother had said, Kaikeyi had said, oh, I have got everything, I've got you, you are my, you are all that I need, I don't need any boons. If I need something in future, we will think about it. The father should have, Dasharath Maharaj should have, no, you clear it right now. I don't want anything left over in the for later. Because situations change. But the father, he accepted, Dasharatji accepted. Okay, don't worry. So Ramchandraji is saying that our father is truthful, our father is righteous, and because he had given a boon, 2 boons, he fulfilled them. He didn't want to give up his life, live a life where he has given a word and he doesn't live up to that word, even if it means death. Great people are more afraid of telling a lie than going to hell. This is a lesson for us. Righteous people, truthful people are more afraid to tell a lie than go to hell. We don't know where we are going to hell. So if I tell lies, then I'm going to go to hell, because one lie can be more powerful than all the merits that you have accrued in our life. One lie can weigh heavier than all the good deeds that you have done in your life. See? So, righteous people live for the truth. Righteous people live for the word that they have given. And this is the quality that Ramchandraji has imbibed from his father. And where did the father come? Raghukula Reet Sada Chali Ai Prana Jai Par Vachana Na Jai. It has been going on from Raghuvansh time onwards, King Raghu onwards. This commitment to the word. Great people are more afraid of telling a lie than going to hell. Even I have truthfully made an oath to him, saying, I shall do it as you wish. Karomi ityam api etat satyam tassai prati shrutam. So whatever you have said to me, I will carry out in my life, O Father. So just like Father had given the boon, and he did not hesitate to give he hesitated, but eventually he gave. He fulfilled the wishes of the Kaikai. Ramchandra is saying, I am also his son. I am also Kshatriya. And I am also Raghukula Preet. I also follow that diktat. So I have given my word to my father that I will go for 14 years to the forest, and I am not backing out from it. I'm not backing out. And in this manner, this story goes on and on. We'll look at it in our next class. What happens next in this episode? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.